Hello, this is Mark here at Gary's Guitars in Portsmouth, New Hampshire, and I'm here to talk about the Fender Rumble, in particular the Rumble 100. So, this is, I would call it my favorite contemporary bass amp. I am a bit of a bass amp snob. I started on a PV-TNT, which a lot of people did, and that's actually a reputable, it's a good sounding amp. You can't talk it down too much. But then I moved to a Bassman. So I got a Bassman 50. And an Ampeg SVT, I should say Ampeg B15, sorry. SVT I did have for a little while. Ended up with a B15 for the since the late 90s. So I'm a bass amp snob. A lot of the stuff that comes around. Now the Fender Rumble series always kind of impressed me. They have a few that aren't this beautiful. Just kind of that 90s looking thing. But they did sound good. But here is the next generation Rumble. The reason why is they use Class D amplification. That's the low-cost, high-quality, super powerful kind of thing that's kind of revolutionizing a lot of amps, and especially in the PA world. So they make a Rumble. They make it in about 4 or 5 different sizes. Here it says on the thing on the top here. They got the Rumble 40, 100, 20, and 300. And I think there's a 25 as well, which is essentially a practice amp. So, the 200 is great. It has a 15-inch speaker. I think the 40 has a 10, and the Rumble has a 12. But what makes the Rumble great? This here. It has a line out on the back. So it has kind of a direct box built in. You can use it as a practice amp at home. It has an effects send and return. An aux end, people rarely use those anymore. A foot switch, and let's look at the control panel here. So basically, it's a 100-watt amp. It's good enough to practice with, play with a drummer in the room. If when you have to mic things up, if the drums get mic'd up and the guitars get mic'd up, you can go out your direct out. It does a amp simulation, first off. So it has these 3 contours: vintage, what do they call it here? Vintage, bright, and something called contour. I like the vintage button pushed in. It has this overdrive. It's not like crazy overdrive. It's just that if you really want to get that kind of snarly bass a little bit, and you can control that with the foot switch. Then it has 3-band EQ, and a master volume, input volume as well. It is ridiculously lightweight. Let's see if there's specs here. It's 22 pounds for a bass amp that you could bring to a gig. So, and it looks great. It has that classic Fender Tolex and grill cloth, and they're very reasonably priced. So, my recommendation here: the Fender Rumble 100. The 500 is also is a great amp too, but you get a lot of features on the 100. And like I said, if you got to be louder, plug it into the PA. So once again, Gary's Guitars, Portsmouth, New Hampshire. Thanks for watching.